to do a video about something that I am truly passionate about. Something that I've been doing for almost 6 years on my channel. I have a whole playlist of them, and that is of course reviewing affordable brushes, and in today's case, eBay brushes. The brand that I'm reviewing today is MSQ, and it is the 12-piece eye brush set, and the one that I got is in rose gold. Now, I've had this brush set for 2 years now. I got it in 2018. I purchased these all with my own money, and at that time I bought them. I got them for just under $8. I have since checked them on eBay now to see what the price is, and they retail for around 14 Australian dollars, which I don't know why the price went up by that much and almost doubled in 2 years. The rate of inflation definitely does not align with that price increase. But anyways, having had these brushes for almost 2 years now, I feel like I can give you a very informed review, especially in terms of the longevity. These brushes have lasted me a long time since I've had them. They have not shed at all. Before getting into the review of each individual brush and showing you the demo of how I use it to apply my eye makeup and some of my eyebrow and concealer makeup today, I just wanted to give you my general thoughts and review. I have to say it's definitely my favorite eBay eye brushes that I own, and just in general eye brushes that I own within my entire collection, and that is comparing these brushes against some more expensive brushes that I own. In terms of pricing now, seeing it float around for eBay at the time I'm posting this video for about $14, you really can't go wrong. That works out to be $1.16 for one brush, which is such a bargain these days when there are matte brushes out here that be costing over $20 just for one brush, and if not, probably more. I don't own any matte brushes, so I wouldn't know. They are made out of a synthetic material. They are very sturdy. None of the ferrules have loosened or given up on me in the 2 years that I've had them, and I do wash them regularly as well. The color hasn't faded. The only thing that you'll notice throughout the video is that there is a rogue silver brush. This did not come with a rogue silver brush when I got it. I actually could not find the equivalent of this brush in my collection. I misplaced it literally the day that I wanted to film the video, so I went ahead and grabbed my younger sister's eyebrow brush of the one that I lost in her set, which is exactly the same brush, so there's nothing different about that brush. And the fact that this brush is so good, I got my sister's on it too. So yeah, that talks about it alone. I'm going to review each individual brush from the collection and show you how I use it to apply my makeup, and you can see for yourself how it works. So none of the brushes have labels of the names, which is the only thing that I don't like about this set, but that is very common for eBay and affordable brushes in general, so that doesn't bother me, it doesn't affect how that works at all. The first brush that I want to just quickly discuss is this large eye brush. This is something that I've used to pack on a liquid eye primer onto my eyes. It works fine with liquid and cream products and also with powder products. In this eye look, I went ahead and I set my eye makeup with some powder, and that worked fine. I also use this brush to apply color corrector on my face, and that worked amazingly. I love that this brush is packed quite dense and has a good length, but at the same time it does allow you to bend. So while it's dense, if I'm just pressing on it now, you see that it doesn't move too much, but it does have a little bit of wiggle room, so it can really blend things and not make it a little bit too streaky. So I've used that, no streaks at all. The next one that I want to talk about is the larger blending eye brush out of the 3 that it comes with. I use this brush as the blending brush after applying color, just to blend it out into the transition, and again, this worked amazingly. It blends very well and picks up color very nicely, so I don't have anything bad to say, and you can see for yourself on how this blended out my eye makeup, and let me know your thoughts on how that worked, but I personally think it did great. The next brush is the blending brush that's just a little bit smaller, so that medium one between these two. It is the one that's just a tiny bit shorter, and if you can see the comparison of the size of this smaller brush, it's kind of like that brush, but it tapers more out into a tulip shape rather than kind of like a triangle, which is the larger brush. So this brush I use to pack the orange transition shade into my eye makeup, and that's what I love using this eye brush for, and it does, again, an amazing job. None of these brushes do a bad job. If anything, one or two might be average, but this I really like, so I have nothing bad to say about that one. The final brush that we have is the smallest crease blending brush. Just for sizing reference, that's what it looks like. Is the smallest eye brush. I use this brush to help define the halo eye around my eye and use it to concentrate the dark purple shade in this eye look that I did. I found that this brush was great in being able to get into the nooks and crannies of my eyes, but at the same time not being super dense and harsh enough that it would not blend my eyes. It basically did the job of packing the color on in very concentrated areas while also helping it to diffuse at the same time. The next brush that I have is this small brush, and I would say it's a very tiny blending brush and packing brush at the same time. This brush is the brush that I use to pack that purple makeup gatekeeper shade into outer V of my eye. I also use it to blend in between where I had my halo eye from the gel eye makeup in the center just to the outside of my eye, and I absolutely love. Again, similar to the other brush, it's a little bit shorter to that crease blending brush, but it just does a great job in packing the colors where you want it, and the shape is perfect, and you can really use that to pack and define concentrated small areas. The next brush that I have is this flat blending brush. Now this isn't super flat. For a very flat brush reference, I have this synthetic flat brush, which is what it normally is. So this one is a little bit thicker, and what I use this brush for is when I first applied concealer with a small detail brush. I used this brush just to blend out that concealer, and it did an amazing job. I would say this brush is definitely great for using both cream and powder products, so I've used that and it works great. The next one that I have is this flat synthetic brush. This and the eyebrow brush is the only brush out of the entire collection that doesn't have the white sort of brush hairs at the top with the two different colors, so you can tell that is a little bit of a different material. Usually with these types of brushes, I find that they don't really work well with powders, but I applied and packed and foiled the lid shade of my eye, and that did a great job. It's small enough that it is able to really do a great job at detailing the center of your eyes, especially when you're doing like a cut crease or a halo look. This would work well for concealer, so anything with cream or liquid products would work great. Then I have this other flat brush. So this is a synthetic flat brush, and just for comparison against the flat brush that I was speaking about earlier, that's the kind of size that you get. This brush I use to apply concealer. This did a great job at getting just into the details. It is very dense. Again, have nothing to say bad about that brush. This brush is another blending brush. It's a little bit short and stubby, and in comparison to the other one, it's a little bit similar. I would say it's a similar version of this brush here, but just a little bit tinier. This brush I used also to pack eyeshadow and also to blend out the colors on my eyes. So with this brush set, I definitely feel like there are so many eye brushes you can play with, a lot of different colors. I only used 2 eyeshadow colors on my eyes and then a lid shade, so 3 colors in total. So I didn't actually have to use all of these brushes on my eyes, but I did just to test it out. But what's great about this brush set is that you can do such a wide look, and you'll have a lot of eye brushes. Usually I don't use 12 eye brushes when I do my makeup, but I wanted to just show you guys how all of them worked. Second last brush that we have is this angled eye brush. Now in comparison to the eyebrow brush, this brush is a lot larger and shorter, and this is actually one of my favorite brushes from the set. It's a unique brush for me because I don't own many of it. What I love using this brush for is applying concealer around my eyebrows just to define it. As you can tell from this video, the brush that I originally used to blend out the concealer was a little bit too thick underneath where I had my eyebrows and my eyeshadow. I wanted something that would just get in there precisely. I also cleaned this brush again and then used it to define my halo eye as sort of a mini cut crease, and that worked fine with powder as well, even as a synthetic brush, which normally these types of flat brushes, as I said, they don't work amazing with powder, but for me it worked fine. Now we have the eyebrow brush. This brush, again, it did come in the set rose gold, but let's just pretend that it is. I stole this one from my sister's kit because I could not find my brush and I really wanted to do a review with the complete brushes. This one is genuinely one of my most favorite eyebrow brushes of all time. I use this eyebrow brush to fill in my eyebrows with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I actually filled in my eyebrows first with this eye for the video, and then the other eyebrow, this eyebrow with another eyebrow brush that wasn't this MSQ brow brush, which I can just show you guys. So it was this generic one that I had. This is not MSQ. This one is not MSQ, this is the MSQ one. So the generic one, as you can see, this is what I find to be with normal eyebrow brushes. They are just not thin enough, not precise enough, and can split very easily and not give you that very sharp line. Whereas the MSQ one, I'm not sure if you can see, I'm not sure if the camera is really picking up well, but it is extremely thin. It is razor sharp in its thinness, and I think that's what helped me achieve such a defined line at the bottom here, which you can see in the video. It does an amazing job, and it is genuinely such an amazing eyebrow brush. And the last brush that we have is the bent eyeliner brush. I actually don't use this to apply eyeliner. I find that in general these kind of bent eyeliner brushes tend to split for me personally. So I guess out of all of the brushes, this would be the only one that I would say is something that probably isn't a 10 out of 10. For me, I use this to apply and define the halo of my eye. So this is something that I would use to cut the crease of my eye. But for eyeliner, I feel like that is a lot more difficult, and with doing a cut crease, you can bring it a little bit higher if you've made a mistake. So that's what I tend to use it for. And the only thing that I would say again is that it does tend to split. I really do like using this to cut the crease, and I have used it in another video of mine, I think. So yeah. So that is it for my review on the MSQ 12-piece eye brush set. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I got the one that didn't come with the bag set. So you can find this brush set floating around with the brush pouch or bag, and it is a little bit more expensive. I have like a million of those makeup brush bags, so I just got the eye brushes. My overall final thoughts on the brush set out of 5 being exceptional and amazing, 0 being let me trash that. I give this brush set a 5 out of 5. Even though the bent eyeliner brush splits the tiniest bit, I have not seen a bent eyeliner brush that doesn't split. If anyone knows of an eyeliner brush that does not split, let me know, because that would be amazing, and they are kind of a unicorn to me. But that being said, I don't use bent eyeliner brushes anyways. I use a very straight up and down eyeliner brush to do eyeliner, or I use the actual eyeliner brush that it comes in the liquid eyeliner itself, so that's not a problem for me. I absolutely adore these brushes. I think even at the price now being around 14 Australian dollars for the 12-piece set, that comes down to around $1 a brush, which you really cannot go wrong with that. The brushes are very sturdy, hold up well, and I think they are just a gem that is within the land of hit and miss that is on eBay, AliExpress or Amazon. So I definitely recommend those brushes, absolutely love them. They are my favorite eBay eye brush set ever. I've had them for almost 2 years, so that says that they're amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, then I would love it if you could give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below anything about if you've tried eBay brushes, or tell me how your day went. I would love to know. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in my video next weekend. Bye!